Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey guys, this is Liz Cambage. This is Nikki Collins.
What up, guys? It's Essence Carson.
Hey, this is Imani Media Stafford.
Hey, this is Jordan Canada.
This is Asia Wilson.
Welcome to the WNBA Nation.
What's up, dude?
What's up?
Hey, everybody, hopping onto Twitch. It is good to have you all here with us. My name's Kyle Haywood. I'm hanging out with Jason Snow. And looks like we already got a brand new follower, dude. We just barely hopped on.
Hey, thank you, L. Rosenberg 101.
Yeah,
we appreciate the follow.
For sure. Super stoked about that. And Jason, we're just hopping on. We're going to have a little fun tonight. We're just kind of doing a hangout. We're not really recording anything for a podcast or anything. We're just chilling for a bit. You know, we're not doing anything too crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah. Do you oh, hold up. Oh, I just messed something up. There we go.
Don't break it, Kyle.
There we go. I think I fixed it. All right, I just was fixing the key a little bit. So Jason,
oh, yeah, that looks better.
Yeah, I had that wrong. So Jason, dude, we've had some phenomenal basketball being played the last little bit. We've had a few big games happening in NCAA play. Some big name players starting to come out and make a name for themselves. And dude, like yesterday was packed with crazy NCAA games, and I absolutely loved every last one of them. It was a blast, dude. What do you think about this season? It's kind of a new weird season because of everything going on. But like, what's your take? Like, what do you think are gonna be the major challenges for these players? And then since we do tend to focus a lot on WNBA content, what do you think is going to be a major challenge as far as like WNBA scouting goes? Like what's your overall thoughts on that?
Yeah, so I mean, scouting in particular is kind of an because I'm not sure, depending on your locality and your conference and your team, like there's lots of different rules that are being followed right now, as far as like who can be in the building, how many people, and so there are some issues to that because I really think there's an aspect to live scouting that you can't just get on film. Like if it was possible to scout out players on film, then coaches wouldn't be flying all over the country all the time trying to watch players in person.
Yeah, exactly.
There's something really important about being in person. But I mean, it has started off to be a really interesting teams that maybe a few years ago weren't always up at the number 1 or 2 seed. We're seeing some movement in rankings, which is always fun. So it's a fun season. It'll be interesting to see what it does for scouting with at least limited. You know, even if live scouting is happening, it's going to be limited. It's going to be controlled because obviously we don't want to increase exposure. We don't want to be the ones who are, flying all over the country, spreading coronavirus. So it'll be interesting to see. But that's kind of my take on it is without that live aspect, I think that hurt a lot of sports. I think that also hurt, college football this year. There's a live aspect to it that is important. And also it changes the way basketball is played. We saw that in the WNBA this last season. When there's not fans there, the game just flows differently. You have less highs and lows, it feels like, emotionally on the court. And it kind of changes, I guess it takes away the ability for you just to go on a sweep and, to make up a bunch of points real fast. So it's interesting. I don't know. What are your thoughts, Kyle?
I think I love the fact that we're playing. I feel like it is going to be a little bit of a struggle, not only for the players right now, but like the scouting and, what's eligibility, going to play out. Are players going to have another opportunity for eligibility afterwards? Like, let's say that they're missing huge chunks of the season with COVID. Do we see seniors coming back, getting partial, like getting master's degree? Like, so I wonder how much it's going to affect the draft class. You know what I mean? Like, are some players going to feel like maybe if I hold off a little bit, it might help my draft stock to play one more season? Maybe if I go right now, I don't know. Like, I don't know. And I wonder how much the WNBA, if they're going to make any adjustments with the draft because of this season. I'm not sure. It'll be kind of weird, kind of interesting to see. Seeing a bunch of you hopping in and being a part of the stream tonight, guys. Thanks for we're literally just gonna be hanging out, having a conversation. Feel free to join us in the chat. Feel free to hop in and chat along with us. I'm curious, those of you watching, who your number one team is right now. I mean, we've got several undefeated teams. We've got several teams looking really solid, and they just came out with the new top 25 poll for Monday. They always bring that out on Monday. So, I'm curious who your number one team is. If it's Stanford, Louisville, UConn, who you got? I want to know. We got the Jackhouse saying the Hawkeyes. Jackhouse is a big Iowa Hawkeyes fan, always making sure that he's giving the call out to Iowa, which right now, Caitlin Clark is looking just as good as a freshman as, Haley Van Lith or Paige Beckers. I mean, and Van Lith and Beckers are both looking as advertised, to be fair, but Caitlin Clark, holy cow, like just bursting onto the scene, and I mean, she's looking like the real deal. I'm really excited about what we're seeing from her. So we got Hawkeyes number one coming from the Jackhouse, but I mean, there's a lot of good teams this season, and I think we might start to see a couple different teams popping in and out at number one. Stanford obviously looks good. Louisville is as good as I've ever seen them. But yeah, what do you think, Jason? We've got a few teams undefeated. We actually got to see UConn play a game.
UConn now 1-0. I think I agree that I think I agree with the majority of people who are covering this. Stanford, I think their average margin of victory is like 42 or 43 points right now over the 5 or so games that they've played. So it's kind of Stanford until proven otherwise because they're being so dominant right now. Right. I've only been able to catch one of their games, but they're dominant from the beginning until the end from what I saw and from what I'm reading of the other games. And so, Stanford until proven otherwise. But I mean, it's going to get crowded there at the top. I think UConn deserves to be there. The Louisville, NC State, Arizona, Oregon. Like, there's a lot of teams that I think deserve to be in those top 2 or 3. Maybe we'll just say the top 4 for kind of the sake of seeding points.
You could really kind of move them each around depending on the day. I don't know if there's a clear-cut number one yet.
Yeah, I think the Pac-12 is going to be great this year. From what I've watched, the Pac-12 has been phenomenal. So I'm really excited to see what comes out of there. But yeah, I mean, right now I've got 8 or 9 teams that I could see being number one seeds at the end of the season. So it'll be interesting to watch this. The NCAA women's game has in the past been very lopsided. There's been 1, maybe 2 or 3 teams that are really at the top this season. And I think you've got, a really solid top 10, and it'll be interesting to watch. It's a lot more fun to watch as fans to be able to watch, teams really battle out for those 1 and 2 seeds. And I think that's what we're going to get this season.
I agree. Dude, well said. L. Rosenberg, thank you. Giving us the shout out for our comments, our W History first series of W History. We're actually, as we speak, as Jason and I are hopping on here tonight, Steve is hard at work working on episode 2 of the Candace Parker rookie season. And let me just say, he's given us some homework. It's going to be good. It's going to be really, really good. I'm excited about it. There's going to be, there's going to be some heat coming.
Yeah, it's some contention.
For sure.
I didn't realize, for those of you who don't know, we got started in the WNBA really heavily. What was it, about 4 years ago now, Kyle?
Yeah.
And so, like, this Candace Parker's rookie season, it predates us, and oh my goodness, like the rivalry. I did some research today because I'm not usually one of the ones who's on the podcast to listen to Steve, so I felt not too bad cheating a little bit, but oh my goodness, I was doing some homework. There's some heat that season. It's going to be a good episode. I think the plan is, depending on how his research goes, to record it sometime this week or next week. So when that drops, listen to it. That's going to be fantastic.
Love it, dude. I'm amped. I can't wait. Those are some of my favorite episodes to record because I literally learned so much as we're going along. Well, guys, chat, we're stoked. We're stoked because tonight I hopped on. Right now we're working on a streaming setup so that we can stream live WNBA games, like Jason and I will play each other on 2K, live and stuff like that on WNBA, the WNBA portions of NBA 2K. But right now, my computer doesn't have the capability to both stream and play the game. So while we're working on that back end, what I did is I simulated the game and screen recorded it. And so I'm going to throw that up, and we're going to have an opportunity to kind of just watch that together. Jason and I, we'll talk about the game as it's going on, but we'll talk about other stuff too. But we're just going to throw this up and kind of allow that to play, and we'll just basically go until this is over. So, let me transition over to that, and we will get that up and rolling here.
Sweet.
So, we'll get this.
Yeah, and while we're watching this can be super casual. So, like, if you guys have questions, throw them in the chat. If you have takes on what you're watching, like, this is totally just chill hangout time. We just wanted to be accessible with you guys and spend time with you and do something fun.
We're literally just hanging out and watching some simulated 2K. So hop on in.
So
Rosenberg,
we're actually on PC.
We're actually on.
Yeah.
We're on PC, both of us. So I wish we could get the new Xbox or the new PS5 because they don't have next gen yet for 2K21. They don't have next gen for PC. They're not releasing it, so we don't have all like the career and all those modes that are WNBA for PC. But I think for NBA 2K22, I'm hoping that all transfers over to PC. But right now, it's not looking like PC is going to get all the love that Xbox and PS5 got. So it's unfortunate, but that's kind of where we're at. So
well, and the unfortunate thing is because we got the setup. Kyle and I both have PCs capable of running this game. What we didn't realize is we didn't have PCs capable of running the game and running
streaming.
the stream simultaneously.
Yep.
And so we've got solutions for that. I actually got mine. It's somewhere on my desk over here. My desk is a mess. You can't see it on the camera because I do that on purpose, but my desk is a mess. But somewhere over here, I've got the solution to it, which is an HDMI capture card. But we still have to change our setups to adapt for that.
Right.
So,
I've got a potential. My buddy and I actually we kind of build some PCs, and we've got a few spare parts. Like we got like a motherboard and some RAM and a few things hanging around. And so I might be able to, if I spend a little extra money, be able to get a streaming setup going so that I'll have a full dedicated, extra PC next to this PC to run the stream while I'm doing the game on this PC. So that should be a lot of fun. Hopefully we can get that up and rolling soon, but yeah, it's looking like it's going to be a couple $100, which compared to, what it would be to get a full brand new PC that could handle it. We're looking like $300-400 right now is what I would have to spend to get this rolling.
That's a way better deal.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see. It's Christmas time. It's not in the budget right now. So
DT with the handles going into Griner.
So I actually haven't watched this game. I tried to hop on every once in a while and like fast forward if there was timeouts, but I can guarantee you that I missed a bunch of stuff. So there might be like timeouts that we have to sit and watch through the whole thing, but that's just how it is. It'll make it more lifelike.
We're getting stuff. That's not realistic at all.
I actually don't know who wins the game. I literally tried to not pay attention on purpose. At the end of the game, I was like hitting A, and then I would hop on and I'd do I went to like the box score, and then I went to like the team comparisons, and I purposely like went there without like looking at the final scores or anything. So I actually don't know who wins the game, but I've like kind of seen the box scores, but I tried to not pay attention to detail. That sounds weird, but that's kind of how I tried to work it.
No, it's good.
But
it's a good game so far.
Yeah, it's kind of fun to watch. Like, I've simulated a few games across a couple different teams. I like that they basically just made the court like the court that they played on down in the Wubble, but they didn't. But obviously they included fans in the stands here, right? Yeah. So this is a Seattle home game, as you can tell by the fans. but it's just the basic. It's not the Seattle Storm court. It's just the basic.
Dan Hughes getting some airtime.
Yeah, it's just the basic, WNBA like generic court that they played on down in the Webble. Yeah, I've checked out Aerial Power's channel. She's awesome. She's phenomenal. And she's really sneaking good at 2K. She'd wipe the floor with me. I'd love it if once we get our streaming PC set up, I'd love to maybe take her on head to head. Maybe she could see how much she could beat me by. I'll have to start playing some more 2K if Ariel's down. But yeah, it'd be sweet. See if she wants to do a 1v1, a WNBA setup. Any guesses as to what team she'd pick? But no, that's sweet. Sounds like Rosenberg you mod or stream. That's sweet, dude.
Sam Bam.
That's awesome. So Sam Bam with a couple of buckets there, a couple of free throws. Seattle's up 11-7. A little early.
I see you didn't turn on the Sue Bird mask functionality, so it's a little bit more of a fair game.
I wish that was a real thing, that you could like mod the players and do all that. I haven't figured all that out yet.
Video games don't do this quite as much anymore, it seems like. But I remember when I was a kid, it's like if you like did certain things, you could unlock like certain character attributes or costumes and stuff. So it's like I totally wish like if you were to like take Seattle Storm through like a career season and you win the championship, it like unlocks Sue Bird's mask.
That would be amazing. Like every time you play with Sue Bird after that, then it's then it's open. I love it, dude. That would actually be super sick. I think that when they were doing the face scans, there's a few of the players that don't look at all. Oh, nice. Got a jump ball early on. There's a few players that don't look at all like their face scans. Like you can tell they didn't have a chance to get face scanned, and so they just did their best making their face. And it's really obvious. Like Sabrina Ionescu doesn't look anything like her in the game. But you look at Sophie Cunningham, spitting image. Bree Stewart, spitting image. Right? Like there's so many of these players that look so much like their actual like the actual players. But yeah, Sabrina Ionescu, I did a simulated game with New York and Atlanta the other day, and Ionescu, like, you would actually not know it was her if it didn't have like her name underneath. So but Cunningham, actually, her face scan, I feel like it looks super like her. Oh, nice dish. Nice dish down there. That was solid. So it looks like we've got a lot of subs in right now. It's kind of the second squad for each team. Canada's bringing the ball down. Looks like you got, is that Langhorn over there, looks like? Yeah, Langhorn, Sammy Whitcomb, Mercedes Russell going against that second line for Phoenix. Alana Smith. Oh, Canada with their own board. Yep. Going up big, but Kia Vaughn says no way. Kia Vaughn with the defensive rebound. Solid. Yeah, dude. Rosenberg, yeah. Sophie Cunningham looks so much like herself. Like, she looks as realistic as just about anybody on this game. They got her hair, like, perfect. Like, that really kind of really super blonde, light blonde, kind of almost platinum blonde. Like, they nailed it. It's really solid.
Yeah. Man, this is fun. I've never like live narrated a game before.
Yeah.
Like, it almost makes me want to try doing like one of us take color, one of us take like the call.
Just see how it goes.
Just because it's one of those things that like gotta wipe the court. Okay, let's clean it off, get the sweat stains. But yeah, it's one of those things like I've always kind of wanted to be like a radio guy, and it's like, oh man, this is cool.
Just being totally honest right now, I used to literally mute the TV as a kid and sit and watch, old like Jazz games or, Lakers games or Bulls games. And I used to like pretend to be the play-by-play guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I used to do that, used to mock Hot Rod Hundley was the Utah Jazz play-by-play guy, and so I used to mock him and kind of figure it out. But yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I similar to that. I mean, I did some of that as a kid and stuff like that, but what I did more recently, so I took some radio classes when I was at Utah State, and then I transferred to University of Nebraska Omaha, and they're a big hockey school. So they put a lot of money in their hockey program, and it's a big thing. And they were hiring for the play-by-play guy for their hockey. So I spent an entire NHL season. I'd watch every single game, and I'd sit there and I'd record myself doing the color commentary and the play-by-play for the NHL games, just trying to get ready for that. And then literally, it was like the week before we moved, they filled the position and the job post went away, and I was like, "Oh, come on!" So
that's great, dude.
I had been prepping, and I had a bunch of recordings of myself doing play-by-play so that I could like share it with them. Like, hey, this is what I would sound like doing play-by-play for a hockey game.
Dude, that's amazing.
Alas, it was for naught, but
you didn't get the
not fully for naught
job,
though.
Huh? Hey, yeah, because now you've got an opportunity to kind of do something with it now, right?
Yeah. So I guess this stream is as good of a place as any to talk about it for the first time. Fans of the show, if you listen to every episode, I know I've talked about it before. I've wanted to cover the NWHL since we started this show because I'm a big hockey fan.
Nice pass, Bree Stewart with the nice finish down below. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. That was just beautiful.
No, you're all good. So yeah, it's been a hobby of mine. I've been following the league for a couple of years now. It's a fairly young league. Currently, they just bumped up to 6 teams. Last season it was 4 or 5, and the season before that it was definitely 4. But it's a young league, but it's doing some really cool stuff for in terms of getting women the chance to play professional hockey and building a foundation for that. So we wanted to give it some love, and so we're going to test it out with a few episodes of NWHL Nation coming up here in about a month or so. So it'll be fun. There'll be a lot more if you listen to our podcast. As it gets closer, we'll give some teasers, maybe like a little quick 5-minute preview, just so you can kind of get a taste of what the show's like. But if you're interested in that, hit us up. We're a lot more on that to come in the next month.
Yeah, hopefully we'll have a little side deal there going with the NWHL. That'd be really sweet. Oh, jeez. That ball movement on that possession was insane. Yeah. Hey, shout out to our new follower, Minnesota Sports 1213.
Thank you.
Also says go Whitecaps over in the
chat.
Yeah,
go Whitecaps. That's the NWHL team.
That's awesome.
Oh, Minnesota Sports fan or Minnesota Sports 1213. I think I like you already. This is I mean, I'm a Connecticut Whale guy myself, but I think we can still be friends.
There's some the team names in the NWHL is like the best part about that league. They did a phenomenal job of naming the teams there. The thing that sold me, because I'm not from the Northeast, and so I don't have any real connections to any of the teams up there. So when I first started watching, I was like, okay, well, who do I want to pick? You know, you've got the Riveters, you've got the Whitecaps, you've got the Buttes, which, the Buffalo Buttes. Buffalo Buttes.
Everything about that.
So
everything
good.
about that is wonderful. But what sold me is it's not the Connecticut Whales. Because every team, it's like the Tigers and the Eagles. Every sports team is a plural. No, it's just Connecticut Whale. Singular.
Singular whale.
Oh, I don't know why, but I love that fact that they're a singular whale more than anything else. So
for sure. Yeah, huge Islander fan. Rosenberg, what's up? Never got into it because the Arrows left Houston when I was young. Yeah, that's a bummer, dude. All the women's sports teams here in Minnesota do all the heavy lifting for sports. Oh, coming in hot with the Minnesota. I mean, it's hard to argue. The Lynx are tied for the most titles. So hey, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, Minnesota sports.
Yeah. Which I hope we can see Minnesota back on top. Obviously this last season was kind of an odd one, but man, the few years that we had with LA and Minnesota just going back and forth at each other, I loved that rivalry so much. If we could get that back, I'd be a happy camper. Yeah,
it kind of cooled off a little bit because both teams kind of, I guess Minnesota went into a rebuild, but I can't say LA really went into a rebuild, but they just haven't been top dogs for a while. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think LA needs a rebuild is what's going on. I think LA.
Yeah, they're holding on maybe a little too long to.
Yeah,
They're kind of in that stagnant like 3-4 seed, but can't really break out past that.
And it's one of those things that like they have a team that would have won the championship 3-4 years ago, but
deep three from Clark while we're at it. Jeez.
Yeah, and I mean I don't want Candace Parker to hear this and get mad at me. So in the very, very off chance you're listening, like it's time to find out who the next torchbearer is going to be for the Sparks.
Yeah.
There was a transition from Lisa Leslie to Candace Parker, and that's the time. Like they're whoever's coming next needs to take their position and become the new face of the Sparks. And not that Candace Parker needs to go anywhere. I think she's still got several good years in her left, but you need the energy and the youth that comes with having that new star. So.
No, it's true, because you look at some of the hype that's come from some of the younger stars that have come into the league. You look at what Seattle's doing with, Bree Stewart and Jewel Lloyd. You look at what Las Vegas has done with Asia Wilson and Kelsey Plum. New York's got a lot of hype surrounding them with Ionescu, not playing last year, and now another number one pick.
Yeah, and the number one pick, yeah.
Like, even Kennedy Carter down in Atlanta looks like a piece that you want to build off, and Arike Ogunbowale down in Dallas. But you just don't have anybody like that, a young superstar coming into LA. But I mean, you even see it in Minnesota though. You got Collier and Dangerfield, back-to-back Rookie of the Years. I mean, all those other players that we mentioned are amazing, and then here we've got back-to-back Rookie of the Year.
They just
Collier
have Bree Stewart headbutt the ball. Was I the only one who got that? It was after the shot goes down. She's standing under the hoop.
Here's the best part about this is we can actually record. We can rewind. So let's rewind and check it out. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, whoops! I hit the wrong button.
Where'd it go?
Oh, and I missed it again. All right, I won't touch it anymore.
All right.
If I click out of the video. Oh yeah, it just bounced on her head as it came out.
Yeah, but like she does like a little bit of a jerk forward, like it almost looks intentional. I'm sure it's just like graphic glitchiness, but oh man, yeah, you go get it, Sue. Oh, the hype people coming out, shooting them t-shirts.
Yeah, dude, I don't know how long some of these timeouts are gonna last because I wasn't in. I basically just had it recording and then I had to go do other stuff around my house. So we're probably gonna sit through this entire timeout here. Hey, by the way, Steve and Logan and myself got to do this at the Storm game and at the Phoenix game actually. When we did those road trips, we actually got to go do the t-shirt tosses at halftime and quarters. So that was a blast. Let's see, Rosenberg, while we're on this timeout, to be honest, same thing kind of goes for the Merc. They need someone to pass the torch down from Taurasi. I agree. The Merc are like super solid and look good every year and then just can't sustain it through the playoffs. Like they're one piece away, and I agree. They got to find that next player. And I
believe
hard part is I don't know when they're going to get
calling them quite old. So
they are. Well, I mean,
they were a year and a half ago when you said that. So
compared to Dallas, everybody's quite old. So
yeah, Dallas and New York.
Dallas and New York. Yeah, Dallas is insane. Oh, sweet! I just found out who Minnesota Sports 1213 is. Oh, which makes sense now that I see on Twitter. Yeah, that makes sense. Good to have you. Those of you who are good, Twitter fans and Twitter followers and Twitter community, it's so good to have you guys pop on here and just chat like this in a stream chat. It's awesome.
Yeah, it is, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. We'd love any feedback you guys have about the experience. Obviously, this is kind of like a filler stream. We're not actually recording a podcast tonight, but we just wanted to like do kind of an open discussion, do something fun, watching the game simulation. But give us feedback if there's stuff you want to see, if there's stuff that you think would be valuable to you, conversations you'd like to have. We're all over it because this Twitch we're hoping is a new platform for us in terms of community building. that one of the things that I struggled with the most was the delay between what we did in producing a podcast and the response.
Yeah.
It's kind of, we sit down, we make something and we throw it out. And then like a day or two later, we start getting the feedback from it and the conversation begins on Twitter. Whereas this is much more instantaneous. Like, this is a good chance for us to talk, get direct questions, talk to you guys directly in real time. And, the podcast isn't going away. As soon as we record actual episodes, and not tonight, but when we record an episode, I download that audio right away, start processing it. Usually the next morning, at the latest next afternoon, that's up on the feed. So, if you miss the stream, it's not like you're missing out on anything. But if you're able to be here, we hope that it's a cooler experience, being able to talk back and forth, ask questions, interact. We think it's going to be a cool way for us to strengthen that sense of community we have here inside of the show, that, or at least that we're trying to build with you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. So real quick, while you guys are on here, and those of you who are watching on YouTube a little bit later, speaking of growth of our community and growth of our league, so if you guys are looking for a late Christmas present and you're trying to think of an idea of what to get somebody, and you're kind of like, I don't know, they kind of have everything, let us just tell you about. So we're partnering right now with Knowable. You can see it on the screen right now. Knowable is this really cool service that is basically like, it's like an Audible, or
kind of
a
like a
masterclass.
Yeah.
Where you can take, it's like audio courses where you actually can take courses, and then within the app and on the website, they actually give you like worksheets and quizzes and stuff for you to do. So it's like taking a course on a ton of different stuff. There's some really, really good courses. In fact, let me just tell you guys a couple of the ones that I've been currently listening to. So for me, a few of the ones that I've had is there's one called Learn to Learn that gives you strategies on how your brain works and how to train yourself to learn. How to Eat Now, just practical advice for like getting better with your diet. There's a really cool one called Launch a Startup that I think honestly kind of fits for whoever, even if you're like not that entrepreneurial type spirit. Like that's a really solid one. Branding for Founders. Like there's so many different types of lessons and classes and courses for you to take on Knowable. It's super sweet right now, guys, because they're just starting out. It's only $50 for an entire year subscription, unlimited courses. There's a course on speaking with confidence, and in fact, Chris Paul is just about to drop a course on there about how he went with plant-based diet, and it's phenomenal. So it's super, super sweet. If you guys, so it's $50 for a year subscription, or if you guys want to add coupon code WNBA Nation to the in your checkout, when you go to checkout, you get 20% off. So it's even cheaper. So you could get that for somebody else and get that subscription set up and give it to them for Christmas. It's super, super solid. Anyway, Jason, I'm not able to click outside of the game that's viewing, or else it'll minimize it. Do you have the ability to hop on and maybe get that link for anybody who wants to hop onto Noble and send that into the chat? That would be excellent.
Yeah, I'll get that link sent out here in just a minute. And obviously this is a sponsor, and we appreciate you guys as we go through and talk about that. And one thing that I just want to bring up, because I think it's important, is they actually sought us out. So recently, we as a show have been talking about seeking out sponsorship. They reached out to us because they wanted to connect with the women's basketball community. And so they're obviously wanting to support women's basketball, wanting to support the grassroots media that's covering that. And so, it's a great chance for us to support them back. And so if it's something that's interesting to you, we'd invite you to do that and use the link and the coupon code, because that's how they know that we sent you, and it encourages them to continue supporting creators like us who are trying to forward women's basketball and the better coverage of it. So
absolutely.
I'll jump in and do the link here. I got to find it real quick, but give me a second. But yeah, and I've been taking the Speak with Confidence class recently, because, and I just did it there. I say a ton, and so I'm trying to get better at my speaking mannerisms. And that's not necessarily what the class is about, but it's about getting rid of your anxiety while you're speaking, which that's
Right.
where a lot of ums come from. So I haven't gotten through too much of the course yet. I think I'm about 3 lectures in now, but it's really cool. It comes with like workbooks and stuff, so there's a lot to it. So that's what I've been up to recently now.
Sweet. While you're finding that link, I want to hit chat just a little bit. Minnesota sports, Reeve needs to find a solid backup to Sylvia. I agree. Sylvia's carrying so much of a load, but there's a huge drop-off when you start talking about the rest of the front court of the Lynx. You really, really need to get another solid big going in Minnesota, because Collier's solid, kind of as that, but she's a little bit of a smaller, undersized big, but another solid like center, somebody that can come in and play some big minutes way at the inside is really solid. Rosenberg, Tarasi, like straight up, yelling and getting angry in this game. I don't know if they coded that in, but it seems like in the games that I've played, and it seems like in the games that I've like simulated like this, seems like it happens quite a bit with her. And I don't know if they were like purposely made it that way. Like right there, right? You can see it right here, like as she's walking off, like kind of cussing under her breath almost. It's just so, I feel like, I don't know why the light, like why the reality of that is so, is so solid, but it really is. Oh, Jason, the knowable link doesn't work because I don't think, hang on. Well, I can't make you can you make yourself a moderator?
Oh,
you have to.
I think I can actually post it from our account.
Oh, there you go. Post it from the show account. There you go.
Did that work on your end of it?
That's better. Yep, that worked. Kind of.
All right.
Oh, it still doesn't have the full link. It has a space between the FYI. The FYI to the question mark.
I think it's just
kinda
adding
stops
that
linking.
because it's like question mark and it's breaking it because there's not a space when I paste it.
That makes sense. No worries.
But it'll still get you to the website. You might not be our landing page, but just make sure you use the coupon code. You'll still get the discount.
Yeah, you'll be all right. Dude, that Mercedes Russell shot there, like for a second, looked just like super real as she was sitting on the bench there. That was crazy. See if Sophie can put some work here against Sam Bam. Nope. Dude, Shea Petty, what a season for Shea. Getting traded and then hitting that last second shot to beat her former team, like that was pretty dope. Yeah. Jordan Canada, here's the one thing I want to see like change in this game. Jordan Canada's not fast enough. Yeah. She's so fast in real life, and oh geez. Oh, you gotta finish that, Russell. Kievon with the lucky. Kievon got caught sleeping there. She gotta step up on that defense. Oh, here's Petty. Drains it. That's accurate. That's accurate there. What's cool is a lot of times as these players hop onto the as they hop to the free throw line and they do different things like that, like they'll bring up like their draft class and when they went. I actually totally forgot until I was kind of looking at this game. Sam Bam went undrafted. Like I totally forgot all about that. Like playing a super solid, backup minutes on the championship team and went undrafted. It's crazy. Yeah. The amount of times I get pettied on 2K is ridiculous, dude. And that needs to literally be a verb, is getting pettied, because yeah, it's wild. Man, Phoenix kind of coming back. Seattle looked like they were going to start to take a little control of this game. Phoenix is looking good though. Yeah. Guarantee we're taking the full time out here because I don't think I was around at all for like the whole second half of this game. So
that's all good.
Once it gets to 55 seconds left in the timeout, you can skip. And yeah, I just didn't do that on these. Yeah, but it's so good to have several of you on here. Pop in, say what's up in chat. Let us know if you found us. If you're a Twitter follower, if you're a podcast listener, if you're here and you haven't given us a follow yet, that would be excellent. As soon as we hit, as you guys can see, our follower goal in the bottom is to hit 50 followers. If we can hit that, once we hit that, we will be able to start to get, we'll become, what's it called? Is it an affiliate or a partner? I can't remember which
it's affiliate
term it
is the.
We can become an affiliate on Twitch, which will allow us to start to get a cut of each of the subscriptions. So when you guys subscribe with your Amazon Prime, right, you get a free subscription with Amazon Prime. And so when you subscribe to our show or to our stream on here, we'll get a portion of that. So it's free. Or if you want to chip in the $5 a month to do a subscription, we'd appreciate that. We'll be putting out content like this. We'll have kind of hangouts like this where we'll watch 2K, or we'll do a Q&A, or maybe we'll find like a Lauren Jackson highlight video on YouTube for us to throw up and to watch together and make comments about. But we'll have that option available. So yeah, if you haven't hit follow yet, make sure you hit that so that we can start to get to work on becoming an affiliate, and that'll start bringing a little extra revenue our way for us to be able to do more and more with the show.
Yeah, and I mean, we're at the point where, to this point, we've had some very, very generous patrons that have helped fund the costs that go into producing this show.
Absolutely.
Our podcast. And the format of Patreon doesn't really fit our show in the way that we function. And so because of that, we're kind of leaving that behind. So, getting that affiliate status, getting those Amazon Prime subscriptions, or if you wanted to pitch for a full subscription, like that's going to be how we fund the production costs, the microphones, the lighting, all this stuff we've got going on, the software that we use to edit. And
that almost went in.
Missed it. Yeah. But so we really appreciate it. So anything you guys can do, that's kind of our vision of fund the cost of this show and allowing us to do better and better production. I mean, we spend a lot of time trying to make this look real professional. Unfortunately, we don't have like an ESPN graphics effects department to put this stuff together for us. But we do what we can, and this is a way that you guys can help us with that. And we like the fact that a lot of people have Amazon Prime subscriptions, and that gives them an avenue to help without it costing you anything extra. We like that aspect of this as well. So
absolutely. And that's the way, we're hoping that we can get more and more people on here to hit us up to become, followers and subscribers that can start to allow us to be just better prepared to cover the WNBA. It's something that we do a lot out of our own time and kind of out of our own wallets. But Patreon members have been fantastic in the past, but, we feel like this is going to be a little bit better option. And people can still contribute out of their own money if they wish with, bits or donations or subscriptions, but they don't have to. They can support us for free. And that's part of the reason why we wanted to do this is, we know that times can be tough right now. 2020's been just hot garbage for a lot of people in the job and budgeting department. So we get it. And so we want to be able to still have a chance to grow and still have some funding that allows us to do some things that, we can't otherwise, but without having to cause too much financial strain on you supporters. So we appreciate that. Minnesota Sports, this is not next gen. This is on PC. We're not playing on PS5 or Xbox. This is just I simulated this on my PC earlier and recorded it, and we're just watching the video of it. So we're working on getting a streaming PC to go along with my current PC that can play the game, so that we can actually do it live and maybe have some fun there. Maybe Jason and I will play some 1v1 on here. We'll go head to head on this, but yeah, it's not next gen. Next gen doesn't come out for PC. Probably won't come out until they release NBA 2K22, which sucks that we have to wait that long, but such is the life of a PC gamer, I guess. I don't know if I'd call us gamers, but
I do not qualify as a gamer.
Yeah.
I was excellent at Mario Kart on the Nintendo 64. But
since then,
and you know what? I was excellent at Oh gosh, now I can't even remember the name of it. It was the NBA
Jam.
NBA Jam. Yeah. He's on fire.
He's heating up.
Stockton to Malone. He's heating up. He's on fire. Oh yeah.
You're doing like 3 front flips to like dunk it, and then the net catches on fire and like burns away.
Net burns off.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
We got so good at that game.
Isn't it
And
crazy?
I always
like,
had to play as the Jazz because it was my cousin's Nintendo 64 and he loved the Jazz, which broke my heart as a Lakers fan, but we got through it.
Dude, Taurasi with a tough inside penetration there. Dude, Phoenix shooting 53% from the field, and then like that's going to be tough to beat. I don't know if Seattle can handle it if Phoenix is going to continue doing that, especially if Jem keeps giving it up on the drive here. Jeez. Taurasi backing down Jewel.
The paint.
Oh, God.
Oh,
jeez.
That's realistic. She would do that.
That really is realistic, yeah. Dude.
Sometimes video games are accused of being too overpowered. That was accurate.
Hey, we got Rosenberg still with an N64. Who else still is rocking an old N64? What's your game? Who's any GoldenEye fans? Any Super Smash Bros? Some good stuff. Star Fox 64, underrated. Underrated game. That was a fantastic game.
That's in my marriage. That's like one of the most quoted lines. So Star Fox 64, it's like the second level. There's it's quiet, too quiet. Wait, it's a trap. Speed up. So my wife and I quote that to each other all the time.
Oh, dude,
good marriages are founded on 1990s video games. That's for sure.
I think it's on the first level. The boss goes, "I'm coming for you," or something like that, and I say that all the time. Dude, Griner, the body scan and facial scans for Griner is like pretty spot on. It's really, really good. Down to like the detail on her tattoos is actually phenomenal. Like it's really, really good.
Griner has consistently, year in and year out, run away with the award for the person I'd be most scared to meet in an alley from the WNBA. I'm kind of waiting for someone to even come compete because it's a one-woman show right now.
I don't know, dude. Lauren Jackson back in the day, I would not want to mess with Lauren Jackson. I feel like she could take me pretty easily. We got to get the shoe game working. A couple of these players rocking a couple generic 2K shoes. I don't think any maybe out right now for Seattle, but I thought I saw Jordan Canada earlier with some like the generic 2Ks. We got to get that rolling. I've got, as you guys can see on my screen back here, it's super tiny, I know, but on my screen back here, this yellow pair of Kobe's right here that's in Storm colors was a gift from Jewel Lloyd that she gave to a few of us. She got the hookup. Obviously, she was mentored by Kobe. She's the gold Mamba. And I complimented her on those shoes, right? We complimented her on those shoes, and Steve and Logan and I think each got a pair. I know Steve got a pair. I think Logan got a pair. I don't remember.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did.
I think all three of us did, yeah. But yeah, that's where we are. There we go. I'd love it. Some of those bright yellows would be pretty sick. They're all rocking the white with the yellow Nike, I think is where it's at. But the sneaker game on 2K is actually super impressive. It's one of the things I really, really like about 2K is the amount of sneaker game that they've got.
So Rosenberg brought up in the chat, Kyle, Griner this offseason. We haven't hit that too heavily on our podcast.
We haven't. I'm nervous to. Like I wanna talk about it, but I'm nervous that like one of the some party's gonna get really upset. And so we will, when we start to hit some of the free agency and some of that, I think we're gonna have to address it. But yeah, like there was some wild stuff being, some alleged accusations coming out on Instagram, some wild stuff going around, and I don't know what to believe, what not to believe, but I mean, I felt like initially, especially, I felt like Griner was kind of just going through the motions. It seemed like when she was down in the wobble, just not really engaged, and so I don't know the whole backstory. I don't know what Phoenix, what's really going on behind closed doors in Phoenix. If she's if she's on good terms with the, players and coaches and front office or what. But it might all just be a bunch of smoke and no fire. But we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, it might be worth. We're getting to the point of the year where we start trying to pull in interviews again. It might be worth trying to get someone from Phoenix on the show,
just to talk a little about that. Oh, that was a tough move.
Yeah.
Jeez.
If you guys have anyone you want us to reach out to in terms of getting them on the show, that might be a good way to go. Because what I don't want to do is I don't want to push rumors and speculation. So
exactly.
I like to wait to talk too much about it at events until we really know what's going on. But that might be a good way if we could get someone inside that kind of has a level head, not a direct party to the whole issue, that we could get on to kind of talk about what's going on and what the future looks like with Griner there. So
I totally agree. I would love to get some legendary teams. Right now, I'm just stoked for the amount of content that the NBA 2K. Oh, Jewel Lloyd.
Oh.
What a tough shot to make it a one-possession game. You got a foul here. Yep. Sky did go into the line. It's not who you want to foul. It's not who you want to foul. Sweet. It's not bonus yet. Oh, well, if you don't foul Skydig, the other person you don't want to foul is Tarasi. So, okay. I wonder, let's see how accurate this. Tarasi's got to hit both of these, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
This has got to go in, I'll bet you.
And 2.
Oof. But, dude, what a tough shot by Lloyd. That was wild.
5 game, 17 seconds.
Okay, let's see. We got to watch this. Oh, from deep. No!
Oh!
No!
That's accurate. That tracks.
2-point game, 2-point game. Oh, and now you
right,
foul Skydig
foul.
again. I got really into the last couple minutes of this game.
Who was that foul on? Was that Skydig?
Yeah, Skydig's shooting.
All right.
Ooh. If she misses one of the two, she got one. If she misses this one, Seattle still got a shot, but hard to see him overcome.
Yep. That's
probably
there's
game.
ways to make it happen, but
There's probably game. We'll see. They got to
right,
maybe
Bird.
jack one up early. Here's Jewel. Oh, in and out.
And that's game.
That's going to be it. It's going to be
Congratulations, Phoenix. You won the pretend game in Kyle's
You've won our
computer.
simulated game here. That was wild. What a wild ending. We actually had everybody vote. Oh, here's our box score. I did do this. Stewie with 14 and 2. Bird and Lloyd each with 11 apiece. Dude, Sue Bird went 4 for 4 from the field and 3 for 3 from the 3-point line. That's amazing. It's a really solid
Man, that was fantastic for a computer simulated game. That last 20 seconds was
That felt real.
yeah,
Oh.
highly accurate to a Seattle Phoenix matchup.
Here's our team comparison here. Dude, 55% from the field for Phoenix.
That's hard to beat.
Yeah. I mean, still only 1 by 4, but dang.
82% from 3, 6 out of 7.
Jeez. Holy cow. Team fouls. Okay. Not bad. Not bad.
Wow.
Well, there's the end of the recording. Let's hop over back into our 2-host stream here.
So you have to see us more. We apologize for that.
But yeah, what a crazy. That's kind of fun. That was kind of fun
Yeah.
to do that, dude.
No, that was way fun.
Yeah, glad it wasn't a blowout as well. That was a blast. Hey, that was kind of a fun thing to do on stream. We'll probably do that a little bit. Those of you watching, what teams would you want us to do into our next game? So this was from a Twitter poll that we threw up earlier. We wanted to do some. We wanted to do some like rivalries. So we threw in like LA, Minnesota, Chicago, Las Vegas, obviously Phoenix and Seattle. And I think the other one was, I think I put Connecticut and Washington just because of, some of that East Coast, they're kind of close to each other and they've both been kind of top dogs on a lot of those East Coast teams lately. So I threw them in as well. And Seattle and Phoenix was kind of the not by a lot, but they did win, and so that's who I did with this first simulation. But I'll have to do this again. I'll have to have the simulation up ready to go. So Yeah, who do you guys want? Who should we get for our next simulated game? Who should we do? Just do 2 random teams? We could do that. I could start recording on the teams page and just hit randomize on each one, and we'll just see who comes up. We want to get Sophie on the pod. I'd love to have Sophie on the pod. Yeah. Sophie was such an intriguing college player. When she was at Mizzou, it was like so many people were hot and cold on her. People either loved her or like couldn't stand her. And she's just one of those personalities that like is really fiery. And I think that when she's like on your team, you love her. If she's not on your team, like she'll just take you off, you know? And so like, I love Sophie Cunningham. I've been a fan of her since she was at Mizzou. I was super pumped that she went to Phoenix. I felt like her and Tarasi together might like set the all-time technicals record as a duo. I don't know if they have yet or not, but yeah, really, really good stuff.
Yeah. Well, that's we got to get back in because we had a connection in Phoenix to try to get up some interviews, but I feel like we haven't had success there in a while. So we'll send out some emails, Rosenberg, and get back to you because that'd be fun, and especially with this new format now. I'm all in for trying to get some people to join in with the webcam. I mean, if we get Sophie on a webcam or anyone else, they might as well hang out with us here and get questions straight from you guys and stuff. So if we've got that coming up, if we're able to work that out, we'll send it out on Twitter. So keep an eye out for that because you won't want to miss it if we're able to get someone on. That'd be
Absolutely.
fun.
We've got some back end stuff that we can do that would be pretty easy to just send a link and have them join. Zoom doesn't really work super well with our streaming opportunities right now, but we've got some other ways to do that. That would be super cool, especially if they're overseas. Get a little insights into maybe like, hey, like, what are the facilities like there, where you live, and that kind of thing. And some of those players that are overseas in China and Europe and Russia and all over the place. So that'd be awesome. It'd be really sweet.
Get coronavirus updates from around the world. What's it like there?
Right? For sure, dude. So Jason, anything else that's been on your mind that you want to hit up, that you want to just chat like casually about?
Oh man, I don't know. It's kind of a weird time because I have a little bit less time to focus on sports as we sort of get into Christmas, and I'm going to be traveling here in the next week.
For sure.
Man, I'm just excited for, like, there's a chance at March this year, which of all the victims of coronavirus, March might have been the worst. Oh. So like just as a society losing out March Madness, that's that
was really hard.
Such a bonding experience for so many people. So I'm excited that there's a prospect at March. I'm excited to watch the season. But yeah, I mean, I don't think I have anything that's been burning on me.
It looks like they're going to be holding the tournament in all in one location. Like they're not going to do like regional sites. They'll do it all in one location. And the guess right now is it's looking like San Antonio is going to be the probable location for it. So I'm going to maybe push for some media passes because I happen to be living in Texas, and if you guys wanted to come down, see if we can get some media passes, make that thing work. Would be dope. I'd be super down. I would be super, super down for that. I want to give a shout out. You guys notice I'm wearing my orange hoodie. Orange hoodie love. Where's my orange hoodie fans at? Love this. The orange hoodie, the WNBA orange hoodie, actually getting some love as the best fashion statement of the year, according to the Sports Business Journal 2020 year-end awards. That's amazing. Like, it really did. This orange hoodie kind of took over social media for a while. Yeah. And the league did a fantastic job marketing it. They had, pro players from other leagues, the NBA, the NFL, NWSL, right? Like they just had a whole lot of other leagues and, and players sporting the orange hoodie and doing that. Sweet. Rosenberg sporting her orange hoodie as well. Heck yeah, that's where I'm at. But yeah, like super sweet. I love it. So that's kind of the shout out that I want to make tonight. But yeah, dude, this was a blast. Just kind of hanging out and talking. It's good to have you guys on. I hope that you guys join us a bunch, that you all join us a bunch as we do more and more of these kind of live broadcasts. I think it'll be a lot of fun. I think that one of the things that we'll try to do is we'll try to do like a live recording, like of our show, probably on like Wednesdays or Thursdays. and then we'll do something more chill like this on like a Monday or Tuesday. Right now, I think we've got it tentatively scheduled for Mondays is kind of the chill show like this, some Q&A, some live streams, some stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then on Wednesday, we'll do like a live recording. We may
Yeah,
not
and that-
live record our W history episodes because those are so...
Yeah, there's a lot more editing and back
yeah,
stuff that goes
there's a lot of other stuff that goes into those shows. So we probably won't record those live, but we'll do some other episodes live.
Yeah, and as you know, the schedule might kind of flop there from what Kyle said when we get to the season,
Right.
because the way the WNBA is structured is Monday is really the best night for us to record a podcast because there's usually not games,
Yeah.
so that gives us time to kind of get a show together, air it, put it out, and then still be early enough that we can get the podcast released before the coming games of the following week, before all the stuff we said is outdated. So, but yeah, it probably like Monday, Wednesday, it looks like we're the best nights for us. So we're going to try to make this a regular thing. So that way you guys know when to come over here if you want to join us. And, if you're watching the stream, go ahead. If you're not already, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Facebook. You can check out our merch page at Store Envy. It's WNBANation.StoreEnvy. Also, all of these streams, usually about the next day because it takes a while to transfer stuff over to YouTube. But all these streams, if you miss one, they show up on YouTube about the next day. So you can go over to our YouTube, just search WNBA Nation. We're the first result. And you can see any of our past streams. Those will all be up there. Slightly edited down. We take off some of the stuff right up at the front, right at the end. But generally speaking, it'll be the vast majority, 80-90% of the show.
Absolutely. Hit us up with the DMs if you got some show suggestions, different things like that. Again, if you're looking for a last-minute Christmas present, hit up Knowable. Trust us, it's solid. Every one of us on the show has started listening to it. And let's see, I don't know, what's 20% off $50? Let's see, it's
$40.
$40. You're... Jason's still doing school, and I haven't been for a while, but I need to. Yeah, so $40. $40 for a year-long subscription. That's like less than half than Amazon Prime costs. And trust me, this is so worth it. The upgrade the voices in your head tag that they have, it's so true. If you're like me, I like to commute back and forth. When I commute back and forth to work, this is what I listen to. And it's been super, super beneficial. So, yeah, hit us up with the DMs. Hit us up on our socials. Check out our merch. If you got suggestions for merch, hit us up there. We're always glad to add more to it.
Yeah.
But, Jason, any last thoughts before we sign off?
No, Rosenberg, shoot us that DM, who you want to see on the pod. I saw one of your earlier comments. We're totally open to non-WNBA players. So if you've got someone you're interested in hearing from, we're not afraid to shoot out an email and get someone on, so we'd be happy to get that. So shoot us that DM over on Twitter. Thank you guys for joining us. This has been a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you have any feedback for stuff you'd like to see us do with this, please let us know. Other than that, have happy holidays. If you're celebrating Hanukkah right now, happy Hanukkah. Merry Christmas, all the holidays, whatever you're celebrating, we wish you a happy or merry version of that thing. So
for sure. Again, if you're watching, hit us with the follow. Working on that affiliate status so we can start to get a little bit of kickback there, so we can start to cover the WNBA a little bit better and do some more interacting there. But thank you all so much. Spread the word, spread the love. Let people know about the league. Let people know about the show. We're super happy. And let's see if we can hit that head-to-head with Aerial Powers. That'd be dope. I'd be super down to hop on and do something like that. But for WNBA Weekly, I said weekly. It's been over a year. It's been almost a year since we had a weekly show.
Yeah,
for WNBA Nation, I'm Kyle Haywood.
And I'm Jason Snow.
And we got you next time.